What's up, my fellow anglers and fishing fanatics? Your old friend is here, brimming with the latest insights and forecasts to help you land that trophy. Today, we're diving deep into the fishing prospects for Wednesday, January the 28th, 2026, across our vast and varied United States of America. Now, friends, January is known for its challenges, but this particular day is shaping up to be truly unique. And I've got some surprising news that could make or break your trip. Stick around because you're about to learn how to turn a potentially tough bite into a triumph, adapting to some truly wild winter conditions. All right, let's talk tactics for a few of our most resilient winter fighters. First up, for my friends in the northern and central states where the ice might still be thick or newly formed, we're looking at yellow perch and crappie. These panfish are winter champions, remaining active even in frigid waters. You'll want to target them in deeper basins or along drop-offs, especially where there's soft, muddy bottom or submerged structure. Why? Because that's where their food, insect larvae and smaller baitfish, will congregate in the colder water. For perch, try small ice jigs tipped with a single maggot or bloodworm, jigging them ever so subtly. For crappie, a tiny jig or a minnow suspended under a bobber in deep brush piles or near bridge pilings can be deadly. Remember, slow and steady wins the race. Their metabolism is way down, so subtle movements are key. Next, let's talk about trout in our beautiful mountain rivers and streams. These guys are genetically built for the cold, and winter can offer some incredibly peaceful and rewarding fishing. Focus on slower, deeper pools, bends, and areas with overhead cover where they can escape the current and find thermal refuge. Use artificial lures or flies during catch and release seasons. Small, weighted nymphs fished dead drift, or tiny, subtle spoons and spinners retrieved slowly near the bottom will often tempt them. Why these spots? The cold water means less energy expenditure, so trout will hold in places where they can ambush food without fighting strong currents. And for my saltwater warriors down in the warmer coastal stretches like parts of Florida or the Gulf Coast, where open water prevails, redfish and sheepshead are still on the menu. While the overall trend is cooling, these species can still provide exciting action. Look for redfish in deeper pockets along the surf and river mouths. Sheepshead will be hugging rocky structures, oyster beds and bridge pilings, basically any hard structure that offers warmth and a buffet of crustaceans. For sheepshead, a fiddler crab, live shrimp, or small pieces of cut bait presented on a bottom rig will be highly effective. For redfish, slow-moving scented soft plastics or live bait worked patiently near structure will get their attention. The fish here will be seeking out those slightly warmer protected zones. Now let's break down the conditions. For Wednesday, January 28th, 2026, the weather picture across the USA is quite complex. We're in the aftermath of a major winter storm that's brought widespread wintry precipitation from Mexico all the way to Maine. This means many central and eastern regions will be under the influence of an Arctic surface, high pressure, leading to dangerously cold temperatures well below normal for this time of year. Expect rounds of weak to moderate snow from the north-central US to the Great Lakes and Northeast, with potential for heavy snowfall in areas like central New York and northeast Pennsylvania, possibly mixed with sleet. Breezy winds are also expected behind the storm. This fluctuating low-pressure system is likely to significantly put fish off the bite in many open water areas, making them lethargic and less willing to chase. Regarding water temperature, as you can imagine, it's going to be extremely cold. In most northern and central inland waters, we're talking near freezing conditions. Even coastal areas in the northern Atlantic will see water temperatures in the low 40s. Down south, along the Gulf Coast and in Florida, water temperatures might still range from the mid-50s to high 70s, but even there, the drastic drop in air temperature will lead to a noticeable cooling trend. This cold water drastically slows down fish metabolism, meaning they won't be expending much energy, and feeding windows will be short and subtle. And for our celestial influence, on January 28th, the moon will be in a waxing gibbous phase, about 80% illuminated. While a waxing moon, especially as it approaches the full, is often associated with increased fish activity, these brutal cold conditions will likely temper that natural lunar boost. Nevertheless, that increasing moonlight, particularly in the mid-afternoon as the moon rises high, might offer a slight advantage for species that feed under brighter conditions or in slightly deeper water. Overall, friends, considering the widespread Arctic air, plummeting water temperatures and fluctuating pressure systems, I'm giving the bite for Wednesday, January 28th, a capricious to weak rating. In many areas, especially the north and central, the bite will be extremely tough, favouring ice fishing or very deep, sheltered spots. In the south, it will be better but still challenging due to the cooling trend. Success will come to those who are patient, fish slowly, and seek out deep, protected areas or structures that offer any thermal advantage. Don't expect a feeding frenzy, but with the right approach, you can still find some willing biters. So, my friends, I wish you all nothing but the best of luck out there. May your lines be tight and your spirits high. If you hook into something, drop a comment below and tell me about it. What are your plans for fishing this challenging winter day? Share your observations and tips, hit that like button, and if you haven't already, subscribe so you don't miss any future forecasts or fishing adventures. Tight lines, everyone, and he'll catch you on the next one.